Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kanzu the Meh. If this is your first time stumbling across my channel, welcome. Normally I don't do these type of videos where I'm kind of rambling and talking. The last time I kind of did that was with the things I was scared of as a kid video, which if you want to check that out, I'll leave that in the link in the description. But for today, I just wanted to talk about Dragon Ball because I love Dragon Ball. More specifically, I kind of wanted to talk about Dragon Ball games, and since E3 is just around the corner, I thought it would be a kind of cool idea to just kind of talk about what type of Dragon Ball game I'm hoping to see when E3 happens. So yeah, let's just talk about it right now. So the game that I'm kind of assuming that's going to be announced in E3 is going to be Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3. I can't really see them announcing Fighters 2. Right, because they're just after finishing up their last DLC. Well, I assume it to be their last DLC. The way they promoted it and everything seems to be the final of it, but I guess we're not 100% sure about that. However, yeah, I think we won't see Fighters 2 until like another couple of years down the line. But when it comes to Xenoverse 3, I feel like that would be the perfect time to announce it, especially right now, because we are still getting DLC for Xenoverse 2, which is mad. It's ridiculous how much DLC we're getting for that game. However, I feel like if they announced it now, like Xenoverse 3 and E3, and gave kind of people a taste of what's to come for the future of that franchise, people who haven't been playing Xenoverse for a while and who still enjoy the series will go back to Xenoverse 2, buy the DLC that's coming out, play that, and then wait for the third installment, which I think would be a pretty good idea to show that game right now. I also hope to God that when Xenoverse 3 does come out, that it actually feels different. I assume there's going to be a lot of improvements. At least I hope. I hope they improve so much with the game, especially the online. The online is a bit mad with Xenoverse 2. It's not completely bad, but it needs a lot of fixes, especially for PvP. PvP is ridiculous. But when it comes to the combat, customization, and even new races, I hope they implement them, and I hope it works well. I hope it looks good, because to be completely and 100% honest with a lot of you, a lot of the ultimate attacks and the super attacks just don't do it for me. For Xenoverse 2, some of them look good, some of them look actually pretty good, but there's not an ultimate attack in Xenoverse 2 where I'm like, holy crap, this is amazing, this is insane. I think it just falls flat for me. I think the animations just aren't what they could be, you know? If you look at a game like Dragon Ball Legends, right, that's a mobile game, and every time I play that game, and I look at the ultimate attacks, I'm like, these are fantastic. And it's the same company, Demps, that does it. And when I look at Xenoverse, I'm like, Xenoverse does not compare to Legends when it comes to even the graphics, and the ultimates, and the super moves, and everything. The characters feel a lot more unique in Legends than in Xenoverse. I know some people might not agree with me on that, but that's just how I feel about the whole thing. Another thing too when it comes to Xenoverse 3 is that the customization, I feel like, needs to have a lot more to it, right? We need much more customization, because I feel like every time I play Xenoverse 2, and most people in Xenoverse 2 like pick Saiyans, because Saiyans are like, they're popular. Saiyans are very, very popular. But when I play it and I pick a Saiyan character, I don't feel unique, right? I just kind of feel the same as everybody else. There's no, like, you can't have a different fighting style. Your fighting style is the same as everybody else's, unless you pick a female, then your fighting style is different. Everyone basically picks the same move. Some of the outfits, sure, they can make you look different, but at the end of the day, like, there isn't really enough customization to make you feel unique. Also, when it comes to Saiyans, especially Saiyans, and the transformations for Saiyans, when you go Super Saiyan, this is the biggest nitpick I have for Xenoverse 2, by the way. It's just that the hair doesn't spike up. That drives me insane. Like, the most iconic thing about Super Saiyan is that the hair is spiked up. When you saw Goku transform for the first time, his hair was spiked up and you were like, oh my god, this man looks legendary. But for Xenoverse, it's just like your hair is completely flat, but you're blonde and have green eyes. And that's such... I think they just really missed it with that one. I hope to God Xenoverse 3 has a feature or something that lets your hair spike up. right? Because if it doesn't help, I'd be quite disappointed with that. But I mean, if they make the customization better, if you have more options, more color options for your clothing, perhaps like the items on your back or whatever, you could probably use them in combat. I don't know how they would implement that, but I think that'd be pretty dope. Or even, let's just say how in Dragon Ball Online, you can pick 3 different types of fighting styles for the humans. I'm not sure about the other races, but for the humans, you could be a martial artist, you could just focus on ki blasts, or you can be a swordsman. I think it would be pretty dope if you had a sword on your back as a character, and you pick the swordsman skill tree, you would just be using the sword with your combos and stuff. I think if they implemented that in the game, that'd be dope. Or if you use the ki blast tree, you'd just be shooting ki blast, you'd be doing ki blast combos with your hands, you wouldn't really be doing like a lot of martial arts techniques. You would just be like shooting someone with ki from far away, maybe teleport up close and just do a rapid fire ki blast on them. I think that'd be absolutely insane and really cool. And then martial arts obviously would just be punch, kick, yada yada, but obviously make it look cool, right? Going back to talking about transformations for Xenoverse 2, like, I think it'd be really cool for Saiyans. You could have an option to have your tail on or tail off, and if you choose to have your tail on, you have like a primal, like, skill tree, and that will lead you to go from Super Saiyan 1, 2, and 3 to then 4. And then that's your limit. That's as far as you can go. Unless they added some weird stuff where it's like Super Saiyan 4 full power and you have like this red aura around you. I think that'd be pretty neat. And then there would be like a godhood skill tree for the Saiyans. And then you go from 1, 2, 3, red, blue, and possibly Ultra Instinct. For the other races as well, I think it would be pretty dope if they also gave the other races Ultra Instinct. But then when I think about that, I think every character would be pretty busted at the same time. So maybe not have Ultra Instinct in it, so that you can make characters feel balanced, I guess. I say balanced, but Saiyans have like the most transformations in anything when it comes to Dragon Ball, which is a bit unfortunate. For like Namekians, for like the humans, for the Majins and Frieza race. I hope for Frieza race especially we get more transformations on them, like the first form, second form, and even like customize the way the transformation looks, right? Not the actual animation itself, of course, but like how the second form will look, the third form. I think that would be pretty good. If you just give players the chance to customize their characters more like that, I think it would give the game, like, you'd have a lot more replayability, more characters to create, and it would be a lot more fun that way, I think. For Majins, absorption could be a kind of transformation. Maybe you could absorb your mentor and become them, or you can give them like a buff form, a slim form, and then the kid form as transformations. I think that'd be pretty good. Also as well for Majins, I think it'd be pretty good. A lot of people have been saying they wanted this too, when you're customizing them. Instead of them having been fat, they could be slim. I personally don't mind them being big blobs, because that's one of the first characters I created in Xenoverse 2, and I love him. It's great. But, yeah. Having options to make your characters look the way you want them to look would be pretty gnarly. So, diving away from Xenoverse 3 now, I kind of wanted to... I feel like I'm the only person that probably wants this right to happen, but if they announced Zenkai Battle Royale, like a port of that to the PS5, I think I'd be the only person in the Dragon Ball community who would be 100% okay with that, because I've been wanting that game, I think since like, what, 2013, 2012, I think that game was announced after like Raging Blast 2, and when I saw it I was like, this looks like to be the best Dragon Ball game ever. It looks so fun, and unfortunately it is just in Japan, and I don't live in Japan. I'd love to go there. I think the only reason I'd go there is just to play that arcade game. But man, if you haven't seen it before, I'll probably show some clips of it now. The customization you can give to your characters is pretty great. You can have Goku wear bloody sunglasses and have him like wear one of the Potara earrings on his ear. The customization for like the outfits and all is pretty great. The super moves look really good in that game. I love the way the beams and everything look. Beam struggles are in it. I love beam struggles. If you've been watching my Rage and Blast 1 series, you know how much I love beam struggles. So that's pretty dope. Also, like, unfortunately, I think they're not adding any more characters to that game. They haven't added one in, like, I want to say, like, 4 or so years. The last one they added was, like, Metal Cooler. I still keep checking their website every single day, refreshing it to see if they're going to add a new character or not, but they're still adding costumes, there's still like events and stuff going on. I just think that would be a really fun game to play, but I don't know how long the game will last, you know? At least it was way better than what we got, which was Battle of Z. And that game just wasn't really good, was it? So the last thing I kind of want to talk about in this video is like a game that I really want to see happen. It's not gonna happen. It's definitely not gonna happen, but man, if they announced Dragon Ball Raging Blast free, I would lose my mind. Like, I really enjoyed the Raging Blast series. I know not a lot of people did. I know some people did enjoy it a lot, but I think people kind of preferred more the Budokai styled games. I was more of a fan of the Budokai Tenkaichi series. If they released even Budokai Tenkaichi 4, man, I'd go nuts. Like, it's the same developers, obviously, with Spike, where they did Budokai games and the Raging Blast series, and then they did Ultimate Tenkaichi, which wasn't as great, but I think the models in Ultimate Tenkaichi look good, and the way the cell shading is looks pretty nice. I really like the way that looks. But if they did Raging Blast free, man, I would lose it. I would absolutely lose my mind. Though, considering how Spike have made Jump Force, which is not a very good looking game, and to be honest, it doesn't really play too well. The super attacks look so lackluster for for most characters. Some characters like All Might, I think the super attacks look pretty dope for him and everything else. Also, I'm sorry if I am ripping into your favorite game here. This is just how I feel about Jump Force, even though I tend to play it myself sometimes when I'm really bored. So I guess I'm a little bit of a hypocrite there. But yeah, they made Jump Force, then they made that One Punch Man game, A Hero That Nobody Knows, right? Is that what it's called? I like to call it A Hero That Nobody Cares About, because the game is awful looking. It doesn't look playable at all to me. Every time I see people play it, I'm just like, stop, don't buy this game. As much as you love One Punch Man, don't buy this game, please. It doesn't look good at all. But going back to talking about Raging Blast free, I feel like once Raging Blast 2 was out, I was like, oh my god, this is just like Budokai Tenkaichi 2, where it was like so much better combat-wise with Raging Blast. So I was just anticipating for the third installment, which I guess I remember when on Facebook they did a poll, like Bandai did a poll when Ultimate Tenkaichi was coming out, and I think one of them was called for the title of the game. And people were like, alright, what's this going to be called? Budokai Tenkaichi 4, Raging Blast 3, I think, or Ultimate Tenkaichi. And then people pick Ultimate Tenkaichi because they thought the game was going to be incredible from the way the trailers made it look, and it wasn't at all. But I was just waiting and anticipating for a third installment of the game, and I was like, it's going to come, it's going to come, it's going to come. And it never did. We never got the Budokai Tenkaichi 3 for the Raging Blast series. And that's always kind of just bummed me out. And I still hold this false hope that they will release Raging Blast free, and it will be good, or actually a lot better than the other two installments that we had, and even possibly better than the Xenoverse franchise. I know a lot of people love Xenoverse. I love Xenoverse too. I think Xenoverse was great. It was like a new breath of fresh air when the first game came out. And then the second one came out and it was better, like combat wise and everything, but I think the story just wasn't interesting to me. But overall, I kind of hope that Xenoverse 3 is the one that comes out. My bigger hope is that Raging Blast 3 comes out. That's going to be impossible. And then the even more impossible factor is Zenkai Battle Royale coming out. I would love that a lot, but that's not going to happen. Either that, or they announce a new Dragon Ball game, like something new. That's what I like about being a Dragon Ball fan when it comes to Dragon Ball games. That each installment of a Dragon Ball game that we get is new. Like, it's not really the same game. Like, the combat's different. It could be like a card game. It could be, oh, wait a minute, hold on. Dude, if they bring out Dragon Ball Fusions 2, I would be 100% okay with that. I would be more than 100% okay with that. That Fusions 1, such a gem of a game. Like, it was so good. It wasn't that long either, which just made it even, like, better, in my opinion. I feel like when games are a bit too long, I kind of get run down and bored by them, but, like, it was such a good story. It was so fun. The models were, like, chibi-like, and it was great. and it just kind of felt like original Dragon Ball to me. And it was so wacky and weird, and they were just like, you know what, let's go nuts, let's fuse as many characters together as we want. And that just like hooked me in so much. If they make a second game to that and they announce it for the Switch, like, I'm sold 100% without a doubt. So when it comes to Dragon Ball games for E3 and like what I think is gonna be the game that's gonna be announced, I really do believe that it will be Xenoverse 3. It could just like blow us all out of the water and be like a completely different game, completely something new. I don't know what they would do though, because the last one we had was an RPG, and Kakarot was fun for a while. The story mode, honestly, it kind of bored me, but after I was done with the story mode stuff, like, I was kind of having a blast. I was enjoying it, flying around, leveling up my characters individually. It was great. It was really, really fun. But after like a week or two, and then after I completely leveled up everybody and everything, I was just like, now what? Like, you know, like, I was just kind of bored. So I would kind of like to see another RPG style Dragon Ball game, but like done better, like Fusions 2, just saying. I would actually love Fusions 2 to be the game that comes out now. After I've just remembered talking about it, yeah, I think that would be the one. I'm just trying to think of what type of style. Maybe we'll get a first-person shooter Dragon Ball game. Who knows, it could be the new Fortnite. It'll be a Fortnite Dragon Ball styled game. I think that'd be pretty interesting. But anyway, guys, I think I'll just end it here for this video. Not really sure how to end this. Apologies for all the rambling. I didn't write a script or anything for this video. I just kind of wanted to talk about it because it was in my head. If you guys enjoyed the video, you can like it. If you want to subscribe, you can. Tell me down in the comments if you want to see more chill videos like this of just me chatting about stuff I love, and maybe I'll make more of it. Who knows? Maybe I'll stop doing Let's Plays. I'll just keep chatting and rambling. Maybe I'll be a reaction channel. Who knows? Who knows? Don't know what else to say, but thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all have a lovely day. And until we meet again, guys, I'll see you later.